is a Bramble Jam podcast.
Welcome to Girls Gone Hallmark, a Hallmark review podcast. I'm Megan, and I'm a longtime Hallmark fan.
I'm Wendy. I'm a former Hallmark hater.
This is it, guys. Don't get scared now. We are discussing the Finding Mr. Christmas Season 2 finale, Crowning Mr. Christmas, which originally aired on the Hallmark Channel on Monday, December 15th, and is currently available to stream on Hallmark Plus.
How are you feeling? How are you feeling?
It's a mix of emotions. I was happy to see the winner. I was happy to see it come together. It was a fun episode in a lot of ways, but I'm sad to see this series go for this season.
I feel like we had the same thoughts last year at the end of season 1.
Yeah, it's like the day after Christmas. Or actually, for me, I start to feel that letdown at about noon on Christmas Day. I'm like, it's over.
So I don't recognize that feeling whatsoever. So
that's so interesting. That's why Christmas Eve is my favorite, because there's still like it's still anticipatory. Christmas morning is like, that's the end. That's a wrap.
Going into the episode where you're like, okay, this is my Christmas Eve, and then like
like sitting down to watch it. Yeah. I guess we still have the movie to look forward to.
Yeah.
So that will extend our enjoyment of the series a little bit more. It was a good time for me. I enjoyed it. How are you feeling?
I will say I was not as disappointed as I was with season 1. Season 1, I was shocked at the winner. I thought Elijah was going to win season 1. So I was just like completely mind blown when he didn't. This one, to me, honestly felt like it came down to Craig and Rustin. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't leaning one particular way.
No, I wasn't either. I really the whole time was like, I could see it going either way. And for the last couple episodes, I've been like, I could see it going either way. So
yeah,
but here we are.
Here we are.
Speaking of the holiday season, you know what a great gift is? You can give the gift of a Patreon subscription to your favorite fan of Megan and Wendy, where you can give a full year gift subscription over there. And that's a full year of content. Episodes dropping Monday, peek behind the curtain, a little pop culture, a little behind the scenes, a little life lately for just $5 a month, you guys.
That's a little spiral, a little crash out, a little, we keep it real loose over there.
We got it all. Patreon.com/Megan and Wendy. You can give it as a gift. You can purchase it for yourself. And of course, you can pay monthly as well. Your first week is completely free, and you do have access to the entire back catalog. So you can check it out and see what you're getting over there. Especially because we are heading into a time period where many podcasts are going to take a little bit of a break. Not us. We're not taking a week off. But some will, and you're going to need something to listen to over the holiday season.
Yeah, you will. Are you ready for synopsis?
I am.
Episode 8, Crowning Mr. Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Guest Aaron Krakow joins Jonathan Bennett and Melissa Peterman to step back in time and into the story, acting alongside the finalists in a holiday scene with a romantic Christmas kiss. And one man is crowned Mr. Christmas.
It is our last day in the house. Got the final 3. The boys are having coffee together, and I do believe Angel has gotten a haircut.
Yes, I noticed that as well.
Did they bring somebody in? How does that work?
I have so many questions because I'm like, what is the time frame and all this stuff? We talked about it either last week or the week before, but is this a 3-week period? Is this a 6-week period? I don't know, and I imagine a guy needs a haircut during that time.
Yeah, it's been the only noticeable one for me, but I definitely noticed it. I'm sure they all got like just a little cleaned up before the finale.
Totally. Did you also notice in this episode too, they were talking about drinking coffee and Craig's like, I don't drink coffee. I never have. And I was like, okay, superhero.
I didn't notice.
Yeah. Rustin did give him a little bit of a hard time, but I was like, I don't know. That's like not a flex that I'm into. I don't drink coffee, but wait a minute. Do I talk like Craig in this? Where I'm like, I don't drink coffee, I drink tea.
No. Did it come off that he was trying to flex? Like, I'm naturally caffeinated, or was it just like a?
I thought so.
Oh, interesting.
I thought so. Yeah, but I mean, it's such like a throwaway little conversation.
Yeah, I totally missed it.
Has nothing to do with winning the leading role in a Hallmark movie whatsoever.
Powered by adrenaline. Well,
Yeah.
This is the classic last episode of a reality series where we reminisce about our good times together. We get some flashbacks, some highlights. We're just filling the space at this point.
We are. Did you happen to catch, because we talked about it in our previous episode, but Rustin was like, I can't believe our 3 stockings are hanging next to each other on the mantle.
Not only did I catch it, I went back to episode 1, and
yeah.
indeed, the stockings were hung there initially.
Wow, that's so weird. Mm-hmm. I love that you went back and did the due diligence. Thank you. for doing that hard
I was
work.
only reminded when Rustin said it, because I thought, oh yeah, have they been there this whole time? Or was he just like, oh, it's blowing my mind, like we're the final 3, right? So
That's the difference between me and you. I have been thinking about those stockings since our conversation about it last week. Were they there initially, or did they put them there?
I definitely thought about it. But, for the entire week, it's been a bridge too far for me to open up the first episode and scrub to that moment. But I had to pause episode 8, open episode 1, and check it out. So we have our answer.
Too funny. Yeah, the guys here, they are reflecting a little bit on
Their journey.
Their journey. I hate the word journey, but it's appropriate here, I guess. Craig talks about how he's showing more colors of himself. He's really opening up. And Rustin talks about growth and failure and grit. And Rustin says about himself, he is the truest version of himself in a scene. So I thought that was really interesting. And then Angel talks about himself as being flirtatious and charismatic, which is true, but he also just really wants to prove that he's leading man material. Mm-hmm. How do you feel at this point?
About the guys?
Yeah.
Well, I think they all have a good sense of who they are. I think that comment about leading man material is kind of interesting given some of the social media feedback we've seen and knowing this was filmed obviously before they would have seen any of that.
Yeah, right? Mm-hmm. Right? Especially, if you think back to the earlier episodes and how Angel has talked about being bullied and...
Yeah, I actually was thinking about that. They flashed on Angel's Santa scene with him about how he's all about giving love and showing heart. And I thought, that's really interesting. If you think back to the guys' Santas, Craig really was like the jokester and brought the Santini, and he had to kind of grow from that. Like he really, like his journey revolved around bold moves and being the funny guy. And Angel's story, they really did. That is the story he told about. He talked about, I want people to know if you're bullied, that people are here for you. And that story continued throughout. That wasn't just a throwaway bit for the opening episode.
True. Definitely.
We get a group hug in the kitchen. We flash to the Balsam Hill tree, the Balsam Hill Christmas ornament, and in comes Jonathan, followed by one Christopher Polaha.
His special guest, my friend.
My friend. I mean, I think they are buddies. My friend.
Yeah, I don't know. My notes say casual denim daddy walks in.
They're sitting next to each other on the couch, and such a cliche, but I just am like, damn, these guys look good. And I feel like Jonathan, we're the biggest fans of Chris Polaha, but I feel like Jonathan just keeps getting better looking as he ages. Like, I don't think he's ever looked better.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. And I know this is in like April or May that they filmed this. He's got like a real nice golden glow about him as well, which makes me miss summer. But yeah, he looks fantastic.
Agree. Rustin's like, Biltmore Christmas is my favorite Hallmark movie. So I'm glad to have Chris here. I'm like, is that the only movie that you know? I like to throw a little shade at these guys because I assume that they are not out here churning through the full Countdown to Christmas catalog every year.
Yeah, I would like to get into like a pop culture Hallmark trivia quiz with any of these guys and absolutely destroy them. I don't think they know. And there's no shade. Like, this is just not the world that they live in, right?
For sure.
Of course they know Billmore, because if anybody doing any sort of Hallmark research knows, like, that was such a huge movie and has such a cult following, you know.
It shows up on every list of like, what's the best Hallmark Christmas movie? It's always there.
Exactly.
Well, this is when Chris is talking about, he's giving them some advice and he talks about his first movie with Meghan Markle. And I gotta say, first of all, I like how he says, your role is just to support her, like make her look good, be there for her, support her through the role. That's the role of the leading man. But what my notes say is like my attention span kind of fades off and it's just like a dream sequence. Like the screen is like pink and hazy with cartoon hearts as Chris is talking to the guys. And honestly, I think they probably feel the same way.
Because that's what we do when we talk with Chris. Yeah.
I think he charms everyone.
He does. He definitely does. I mean, he likes
those
to.
Blaha fans. They just.
I'm one of them. I understand. I get all clammy and like can't talk to him. I just want to sit there and stare at him with my big stupid heart eye emojis. You know.
I still have the video on my phone from last year.
I know. Oh God, so embarrassing. But I love that he low-key drops that he's like, my first Hallmark movie was with Meghan Markle, right?
Yeah.
And low-key, guys, that's a great movie. Dater's Handbook is a really good movie.
It is really good. It's cute. And that we watched that before we were Chris Palaha's super fans.
Totally.
President of the fan club.
I think we have some listeners who would.
I know. I was going to say, move over. Don't worry. Don't worry. We're not coming for you guys.
No, we're proud members.
That's right.
Proud members. Jonathan then goes on to give what I can only describe as his proud papa speech. He is just so proud of the guys, how far they've come, what they've learned. He gets emotional, which sometimes I'm like, sometimes I'm like, is he acting here? But honestly, I don't think he is, because I know how, like, this is his baby, right? Mm-hmm. This is his project. So I too would probably become very invested in the people who were part of my project. So I find his emotion here believable.
I do think proud papa is the right description. Like, when you watch your kid doing something that they're really good at, don't you get emotional?
Of course.
Yeah, I think it's like that. He's like, look at how far we've come. You're doing it. I know that people are like, oh, Jonathan's crying again, but I think it's genuine. I think I kind of like it. I like the emotion as a fellow crier. Before we move on to no festive face-off, straight to the scenes, the guys do a I'm gonna shine chant together on their way out the door.
Yeah, I wonder who came up with that.
Jonathan.
I'm gonna shine. Is that what they said? I'm gonna shine?
I think so. I may have made that up, but that's what my notes show.
No, I think you're right. I can't remember. I don't have it written down exactly, but I think you're right. I'm gonna shine. It's sweet.
I like it. Let's take a quick break and we're going to come right back with our final star quality challenge. So we are on location today with our star quality challenge, and we're at a vintage train station, which I love, but I have to stop right now and ask you, when we pull up, Melissa and Jonathan are in full period clothing. Are you like,
a little bit?
Yeah. Wendy doesn't love a period piece. BT dubs.
I don't. But it's fine because I don't have to watch a movie, an hour and 25-minute movie of it. So it's okay. What's funny is that, to me, is this a working train station? What's happening here exactly?
I don't think so. Because my husband was like, they just shut down the train station this whole time. And they called it a vintage train station. I think it's more like a museum. That's the story that I'm putting on it.
What state is this in?
Utah.
Heber Valley Railroad. That's it.
Is it like a museum?
Rock and roll train.
Oh.
What is that? North Pole Express.
Oh, must actually.
Monday night train. It is a train ride. It looks like they do like for an experience. I don't think it's for
transportation.
Transportation. Yeah.
So a few little details. Melissa and Jonathan are going to be in the scene with them, which I'm happy about. Erin Krakow is our leading lady, which if you have to do a period piece, she's the perfect pairing. And McLean Nelson is here as director.
I feel like we know him and we don't know him.
No, we don't. Just from a few DMs, you feel like we're his buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, that's my friend McLean Nelson.
Yes.
I even tried to like flex to my daughter who was watching with me. I was like, oh, I've talked to him a couple times in the DMs. He does some. No. I'm like, shut up, Wendy.
Well,
So unlikable.
I don't drink coffee, and I know McLean Nelson. Quick little, did you see that moment? Jonathan's speech to the dudes is fully ADR'd over clips of them looking at him as he's explaining the run of the day.
I caught that.
Yeah.
I caught that. I wish I could ADR myself in this podcast. Hey, also, Jonathan explains that they are going, this whole star quality challenge, it is the quintessential Hallmark finale moment. You're going to chase the girl, you're going to profess your love, you're going to end the scene with a holiday kiss. How do you feel about the scenes as a whole? Is this something you would watch? I'm telling you right now, for me, like a period piece like this, it's not for me. No, it's not for me, dog.
No, it was a little earnest for me, but because it was only 90 seconds long, I was into it. Melissa Peterman brought it for me. But it is a little bit like, I gotta get my girl. And then I did feel like Chris Palaha was channeling his Scrooge character a little bit.
Oh my God,
watch it, man.
I wrote the same thing down. That's so funny you say that. And we can get into the details of like their scenes and their takes, but Chris Palaha, I wrote the same thing. I was like, oh, it's kind of like his Scrooge moment from that movie. But then all of a sudden, like watching him do his part over and over again, because we saw it 6 times.
Yeah.
I was like, his energy to me was like, you go, Glen Coco energy.
Yeah, for sure. Like he switched it up real quick. Get your girl. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
No. Is this a movie I would watch? Honestly, probably not. But it was fun to see them pull it off. And there were a lot of moving parts.
Yeah, a ton. So a part of the challenge is the guys get each 2 takes for each scene, and direction matters, how they take directions, their presence, the chemistry. You know, there's a lot, like you said, a lot of moving parts to give us the whole picture if they can be the next Hallmark leading man.
Yes, and in their first setup, they're with Melissa Peterman, and McLean tells us that he gave her permission to improv because she's the queen. Now, to me, I was like, oh, this is Wendy's improv moment that she's been waiting for.
Yeah.
My husband's watching with me. He's like, that's not fair. And it was kind of a curveball that they threw at the guys, not even telling them, like, be prepared for a little bit of improv. They just had to roll with the punches.
I still stand. I want a standalone improv episode.
Especially with Melissa Peterman participating.
Exactly.
So Angel's up first. I think Angel rolls with the improv, first of all. I think all the guys do. Like, none of them's like, oh shit, what do I say next?
Yeah. Angel drops a "Milady," and it's a full callback to the Allie Sweeney.
They even
Allie Sweeney episode.
They showed that clip in this episode, I think, too. The Milady clip, interesting enough.
I might rage out if somebody called me Milady. You know what I mean? Milady. I kind of raged out the other day at the grocery store. Somebody called me ma'am. I was like, no.
Did you really?
I want to be called miss. Don't call me ma'am.
I think the ship has sailed for both of us.
And I think you need to find a new podcast partner with those words, girl.
I'm just saying, what's the threshold for miss?
100. I should be carded still at a bar or restaurant.
Okay. Angel's feedback after his first scene is that McLean wants him to be a little more physical and urgent. So when Angel does his second scene, I'm like, I don't see a difference.
I didn't really see a difference either.
To be fair, in all of these scenes, I don't see huge differences in any of them. There's not like, oh my gosh. But I did see little bits and pieces, and there was nothing noticeable to me about Angel's first to second.
Yeah, I didn't see, there wasn't complete 180 different direction between two scenes, which I guess, I don't know. I'm not an actor, nor am I a director. I don't make movies, so I don't know what I would want from my actor. If I'm only getting two scenes or I'm only getting two takes at it, don't go swing one big way one way and then the other. You got to give me a little something of the same, I guess.
Right. Well, and McLean is there after their second take. He's not going to give them any more direction because it's not helpful. They're not going to redo the scene. So we don't really know how he actually feels about the change. Was it big enough? Did they make the change? It's a very like everyone gets a trophy energy after the second scene.
Sure. Yeah, definitely.
Which I understand. They got to go do another one. You don't want to be like, well, that wasn't it, but let's move on.
That's not it, but okay.
And scene. My husband has like so many hot takes on this show. And as they're coming in, he's like, I want one of them to like stop and say like, ooh, nice dress to the lady in the entry. And then Craig does that.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you both look fabulous. And I was like, look at you. And then my husband's like, he should have like taken her and twirled her around or something. And I was like, okay.
He doesn't have that much time. He is trying to catch the train.
I know. He's got to catch the love of his life.
Stop effing around with the other people here. You need to go to Melissa at the window and find out where the train is.
Well, I started calling McLean Mac in my notes, but I won't call him that in the episode because I don't like it when people nickname people who don't know them.
Sure, Meg.
It's a perfectly fine name. It's just not mine. It's him to punch up the energy, and I'll be honest, I think Craig does.
Yeah, I find him loose and charming. Like he's ready to go. Like his was the one of the few of the three that I saw just the tiniest pivot.
I agree. Okay, what do you think about Rustin?
I like Rustin. I like his energy. I think he was smooth at the improv thing. I liked when Melissa like leans over and she like is pretending to talk to like her colleague next to her or whatever. And he's like, how you doing? Or whatever.
Hey, Garrett, how are you? I loved that.
I liked it. I was going to say, I thought you didn't like it.
No.
I liked it.
No, Rustin's so charming and Jonathan's like, the camera likes him and the camera does like him. But that moment, that big smile, he's like, hey, Garrett, how are you? It was amazing. He was real natural. Now, I didn't see a big difference between his two scenes, but I did think he did well. The biggest change McLean wanted him to make was he kind of missed his mark a little bit. And so he was getting a little bit of a shadow. And McLean's like, you got to really square up tightly on this mark. And I was like, yeah.
Well, then I watched the second one so closely and I was like, do I see a shadow on his face? I mean, I didn't.
No.
My concern was as like he was like running off to go grab the train and then he says his last line where some of the other guys like say it right in front of the window.
Yes, that was very interesting. And the first time my husband's like, oh, he turned around too soon, like before she had called out to him. I was like, well, okay.
Oh, look at Mr. Director over there.
Seriously. That's going to be his second act. Okay. Now we have an outdoor train scene and McLean and I don't know who that woman is, but they do kind of like a walkthrough with the guys of all their little obstacles. I'm like, man, that's a lot. Like you got to jump over the suitcase and move the wood out of the way and crash into Christopher Polaha. It's just so much going on.
Very choreographed.
Very. Angel's up first again. McLean thinks he looks nervous.
That's not great.
No. And he tells him after his scene he wants to feel joy and romance, not action movie intensity.
Now, did you see the pivot in his second take?
Well, what I noticed is and which may have been there the first time that I didn't notice, there's a cinematic music swell behind him.
Oh.
And I find his performance to be warmer the second time.
Warmer. I thought it was more joyful. Like he was like running after... There's urgency, but it's not dire urgency. It's joyful urgency.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah, you're not running to catch the bad guy. You're running to catch the girl.
Yeah, exactly.
This is where I'm like, Chris is bringing his Scrooge energy to this scene. I just love it when he yells, hey, watch it there. I'm giving a little too Brooklyn, but I just loved watching him yell at these guys and then go get your girl. I loved it.
I mean, Chris nails it every single time.
Every single time.
This is why he's done 25 movies in 2 years or whatever it is. A lot of movies in 10 years.
Yes. By the way, did you spot Sydney from Merry Movie Club on the bench?
Briefly, yes, I did. Only because I saw your DM.
Oh.
Otherwise, I don't think I would have. I don't think I would. There were so many like extras and people and quick moving parts. Yeah.
Yeah, I saw her and I DM'd. I'm like, are you in the finale of Fighting Mr. Christmas? And yes, indeed, she is. Rustin's up. And I gotta say, after he does his first take, Melissa and McLean are all smiles.
Oh, they were super stoked at his performance.
Yeah, and he's fun to watch. He's got that great big smile. He just like looks people dead in the eye. He's fun.
Well, if you go back to what he said at the beginning of the episode, he talks about how he gives the truest version of himself in these scenes. And there's something about that. Like, it's not like he's acting. He's realistically reacting to his partner or whatever's happening in the scene. Like, he, to me, at this point in the episode, I'm like, it's Rustin's. It's Rustin's. He's going to take it home.
Yeah, it's his to lose at this point. Craig is up next. He, in my opinion, really rushes his first take.
Interesting.
And McLean thinks it feels tense, and it's kind of the same note he gives Angel about action movies.
Well, I'm going to tell you what I noticed here in this scene.
What?
If you recall, Craig is a former D1 football player.
Oh, does he do a little Heisman move?
I don't know about a Heisman move, but I did see a little like juking. Like he was like juking that suitcase, you know?
Yeah.
And the suitcase, I don't know if you noticed this, the suitcase doesn't fall as far as it did for the other guys. And so he's coming around the corner and the suitcase, like he could have just ran right past it, but he has to like move himself. Like that's where he does his little juke to jump over the suitcase. Yeah. And then he Heisman'd Chris Palaha. Yeah.
Melissa and McLean do celebrate after his second take, so it seems like he nailed it for them.
Fist pumping, may I add.
You know, he does say at the beginning, like, I want to be very coachable and directable, and I think they're definitely looking for that in these baby actors. Like, they want someone who's going to take direction on set because they're gonna need some direction.
Yeah, and someone like Craig, who has played sports his entire life, right? You have to be coachable to be
Look at you.
A good athlete. I mean, you don't have to be coachable to be a good athlete, but
being coachable is an asset.
Yes, exactly. Thank you.
And now it's the kiss scene. How do you feel about Erin having to kiss these guys so many times, so many of them?
I think it just comes with the job.
I did like her at the end. She was like, it's a living. She did make me laugh.
Yeah, she made me laugh too.
Did you notice Rustin fully misses his mark on his first take?
Oh, yeah. He missed the whole do-si-do situation.
Like Erin had to like swoop into position for him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's unfortunate for him. Now, I wonder when it comes down to the elimination deliberation situation where they like, well, you know, Rustin missed his mark twice. You know, he does it in the first scene. He gets the shadows on the face and then he kind of like misses it here too. But does that mean he's not coachable or can't listen to the director?
That's a great question.
I don't know.
He does sell me on the emotion.
Yes, me too.
His second take is great. However, I find his kiss to be the weakest of the three.
That's what it says in my notes too. It was like a whisper of a kiss. There was nothing steamy about it. I thought about our smoochometer and the arrow was barely raising here.
Dude, my husband goes, that's a smoochometer of 1. Okay, I have so many notes about Craig.
Okay.
First up, he's whispering again.
I know. I have the same thing too, whisper acting. I feel like this might be, again, I'm not an actor, but I think this might be something that a person might rely on when they're trying to convey emotion.
100%. I think you're correct. He needs to be trained to use that whisper sparingly. His second take, in my opinion, is better than his first, and he has a great kiss.
Very good kiss. So much higher on the smoochometer. But I don't know if you noticed, he goes in for the premature kiss before Erin has delivered her last I love you line in the first take.
Interesting. He rushes it.
Yeah, he rushes it. It's fixed in the second take. Like, it's no problem. Both kisses, very good.
In Rustin's scene, in his second take, he takes Erin's suitcase and sets it down before they have their emotional moment. In the other scenes, she sets it down. Were they supposed to take it, and did they all miss the cue? Or what do you think? I didn't hear them talk about that.
I didn't hear them talk about it. I did notice it as well. This is where I wish we had more inside baseball of what
video.
exact pop-up video. Yeah, yeah, exactly. If we had a better explanation of what was to be expected from each guy would really be helpful.
Mm-hmm. And then Angel, before his scene, connects with Erin by asking her what she loves in life. She talks about her dog, and he's getting into the moment. Angel's just a sweetie.
Yeah, and I found his kiss to be okay. It wasn't knocking me off my feet, but it was sincere.
I think it was right in the middle of the other two kisses.
Mm-hmm.
McLean says Angel went more sad than romantic in this scene.
I have to agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
You could imagine there's a disconnect, right? Because McLean Nelson told him, like, as Angel is running for that scene where he's like running through all the obstacles or whatever, he needs to be more joyful, like, right? And then he gets to the scene with his girl and he's very emotional, like almost sad. So I could see as a director, like, trying to put all these pieces together that it wouldn't look like one cohesive sort of arc.
He does make a choice to remove his hat when he approaches her, and it really lands with Jonathan. And I didn't notice it the first time, but he does it again in the second take, and it's a good move.
Really, I didn't. It didn't. The other two guys didn't bother me that they had their hats on.
No, I agree. It's not missing without it, but it's just a choice. It's almost like he's deferring to her by taking his hat off in front of her.
Yeah, interesting. It's all that milady kind of.
It's 100% giving milady energy. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, it's time to debrief about our three guys. Erin says Rustin was confident and grounded, but Jonathan thinks this is the first time Rustin struggled.
I don't see it.
I didn't really either.
Other than missing the mark, I don't see it.
Yeah, he's not struggling, in my opinion, to bring the emotion or to connect with Erin at all. And he delivers dialogue really well. Yes, he misses his mark. Gets it the second time.
Melissa goes on to talk about Craig and Craig being a true leading man. And Jonathan also mentions that he thought Craig was the only one to bring some comedy. And I was like, what? I don't remember seeing any comic relief in that scene. Did you?
In any of the three scenes? Not really. I mean, the only one that has comedic energy for me is the opening scene with Melissa, and I thought Craig and Rustin were kind of equivalent in their delivery of that scene.
Same.
Melissa said she saw leading man energy. Erin says he's a breath of fresh air. I mean, to me, it's like, oh, okay, well, there it is.
Yeah, there it is. The writing is on the wall right here, right?
I thought McLean's note about Angel, that the emotion he brought to the scene made it more about him and not about Erin.
Very interesting that we got a director to explain that to us. We need that. I think when they make this show, they have to realize the audience watching does not make movies, right?
Right.
And so we need more explanation from the professional point of view. I think, as a viewer, that's what I think.
Absolutely. Let's take a quick break and we'll come right back for the finale in the Elimination Cave. It's our final time in our Elimination Cave, and yes, they are all wearing the same thing.
Megan, you just can't believe it, can you?
Well, it's funny because I was doing something else and I was pulling photos from earlier episodes, and I was like, look at that, episode 1. Craig's in the green, Rustin's in the white, and it's very interesting because they're in red, white, and green, the three of them lined up next to each other.
Yeah, and Jonathan's wearing red.
Yeah.
As well.
Santa vibe a little bit. Santa
well,
Daddy.
I actually was thinking it was giving Marcus the magic trick kind of vibes. Didn't Marcus have like red and black on that night too? When he was doing his card.
Marcus the magician.
Trip. Yeah, exactly. No shade. I love Jonathan. He looks great.
Always. So the feedback is Rustin rolled with the punches. Craig infuses the heart and the humor and shows depth. And Angel approaches things from a personal level because he is an empath. But it's time to crown Mr. Christmas. I thought we were going to eliminate someone first.
Yeah, get us down to a final 2.
Yeah, but maybe they didn't want to do that. I don't know. Did they do that last year? I kind of thought we got down to a final 2, but I don't remember. I thought they eliminated Hayden, and then it was Elijah
and Ezra.
Have I made that up?
Or maybe they eliminated Elijah and it was Hayden and Ezra. I don't remember, actually.
Yes, actually, I think you might be right. Regardless, they don't do that. They go straight in. Jonathan thinks everyone can be a star, but our Mr. Christmas is Santini. Craig.
Santini. I gotta tell you, I was kind of surprised how short and fast this whole scene was. I feel like they gotta draw it out a little bit.
I have to assume it was longer and it just got cut for time because they wanted to show us so much of the scenes. But cut the coffee talk up top.
Exactly. Give me remember when Survivor would be like, I'll meet you guys back in Hollywood and reveal the winner of the season and it's 6 months later?
Yeah.
Draw it out a little bit. You need to build the tension of who is going to win.
Can you imagine? They're like, see you in November.
I think that would be amazing, quite actually.
I did see one of the other podcasts. I believe it was Do You Watch What I Watch saying, what do you think about the audience voting for Finding Mr. Christmas? What are your thoughts on that?
Considering that we've done some voting on our own freaking Instagram and it went real sideways, I say no, don't do that.
Yeah, I think it would be a logistical nightmare, honestly, but I do think it's an interesting idea to talk about who the audience likes, what we see happening on screen. We're not movie makers, and so Jonathan and Melissa and the people behind the scenes maybe know a little bit more about this than we do, as much as we have a lot of opinions.
Yeah, I mean, did you see the fallout of Dancing with the Stars this season?
I did.
I think it's... in theory, I think it's a great idea to get your audience engaged and involved and talking about it. It would be great. On the other hand, I agree with you. It would be a logistical nightmare.
I do find it funny that at the end, Jonathan's like, and I think my own Mrs. Christmas, Melissa Peterman, and Balsam Hill, but not a word to poor little Erin Krakow.
Oh, I didn't notice.
And maybe he thanked her, but not. It didn't make the cut.
They're like, we got to get that last Balsam Hill mention in here.
That's right. And we see Craig's final scene.
I feel like we had seen it. I wish we had seen, they had given us so much in the breakdowns of the scenes in that portion of the episode. I almost wish maybe shorten that a hair and then let's watch all 3 scenes and then let's determine the winner.
Right. Yes. That's good. I like that. Hopefully the extended cut on Hallmark Plus will include everyone's scenes.
That's what I was going to say. I was like, maybe they'll drop an extended cut on Hallmark Plus. That would be amazing. And honestly, while I was watching this, I was like, I would like to watch a making of this show. Have we talked about that before? It sounds familiar.
Well, Robbie said that the casting of the show could be its own
show.
show.
Yeah, that's right. But even just the making of the show, the making of a reality TV show would be so interesting to watch.
Yeah, 100%. Even as just a single episode, a behind the scenes episode.
I got to ask you, did you think Craig was surprised that he won?
That's a good question.
My eyes were on Rustin.
Yeah.
Actually, because I assumed Rustin was going to be the winner. Actually, I didn't assume because I thought it was obvious when they were having their debrief about who they liked the best. But I wanted to watch Rustin because going into the final scene, he was like, look, I really want this. And he's been saying it for weeks. I'm here to win it. I want this. I'm here to win it. And I wanted to see his reaction when his name wasn't called. And he was so excited for Craig. And I was like, I don't know if that's top tier acting there or true enthusiasm for this person that you have created a bond with over all these weeks. But I thought both guys, Angel and Rustin, both were very complimentary and nice they were excited for him.
It's funny that you say that because I was also watching Rustin because he was smiling during Jonathan's speech. And then he just had this big thrilled look on his face for Craig. So I didn't actually see Craig's initial reaction. You're right that Rustin had a big, genuine looking happy for you man look on his face.
Yeah.
Like, look at you.
Now, I'm going to stand by what I've said for weeks. I do think that Craig is best suited for comedy. So I hope the movie that he is put in, and if he does anything else in the future for Hallmark, it has a strong comedy vibe to it.
Agree. Craig the comedian, bring it. More
Craig
calm.
the comedian. Yeah, more calm, less whisper.
Hey, thank you for listening to this episode of Girls Gone Hallmark, a Bramble Jam podcast. We'll be back next week with our thoughts on the reunion, as well as a review of our Mr. Christmas's Hallmark movie debut. So come back for that. We'll see you next time with more Hallmark reviews. Goodbye.
Bye.
All right, friends, before we go, just a quick heads up. You're about to hear some ads. These little gems help us keep the show running and the Hallmark love flowing. So do with that info what you will. Grab a snack, hit the skip button, or maybe, just maybe, listen in and discover your new favorite product. Bye.